Have you ever wondered why some families stay wealthy for 3 or 4 generations, while others get one big break, make a lot of money, and a few years later, end up almost back at zero? Welcome to Quiet Wealth. Today, I'm going to share something openly, no secrets, no holding back, about a hidden advantage I've noticed in families that build real, lasting wealth. And I want to be clear about what I mean by real wealth. Not looking rich. Not a lucky win that gets spent. Not a flashy lifestyle funded by debt, but wealth that's stable, disciplined, and sustainable. Most people assume wealthy kids are different because they're handed money. But here's what's interesting. The families that stay wealthy across generations usually don't raise their kids by spoiling them with cash. They give them something far more valuable than money: financial understanding and financial habits. Money can be lost, inheritance can be spent, markets can move, but financial knowledge stays with you for life. And that knowledge is what creates wealth across generations. Not because they're magically lucky, because they were taught the right things early. Before we begin, I want to make something clear so there's no confusion. This video is about financial mindset and financial education. It's not a promise of quick riches. And it's not personalized investment advice. Everyone's situation is different, so take what you learn here, think it through, and apply it in a way that's smart and safe for you. If you're someone building a business, someone working a job but trying to level up financially, or a parent who wants your kids to grow up without being controlled by money, then you need to hear this all the way through. Because even if you take just 1 or 2 ideas from this and actually practice them, your financial future can change dramatically over time. This channel, Quiet Wealth, is where I share practical wealth thinking for entrepreneurs, investors, and people who want long-term financial freedom. If you want more of this, consider subscribing and turning on notifications. And if you're someone who hits like on content that improves your life, I genuinely wish you clarity, discipline, and progress on your path to financial freedom. Alright, no more talking around it. Let's get straight into the value. I'm going to share 10 money lessons that families with lasting wealth often teach their kids. Not through textbooks, through dinner conversations, through daily decisions, through how they react to temptation, and most importantly, through what they consistently do. The first lesson, the foundation of everything, is this: money is a tool, not a goal. It sounds simple, but most people live their entire lives without truly understanding it. Some people fear money, some people worship it, some believe money is the source of all problems. Others believe they only matter if they have it. Both mindsets are dangerous. Families that build lasting wealth teach their kids that money is like a knife. A knife can cook a meal and feed a family. It can create value, but in the wrong hands, it can hurt. Money works the same way. Money gives you freedom of choice, freedom to choose work, where you live, the environment your kids grow up in, the ability to help family when it matters. But if you treat money like a god, it will control you. You'll trade away your health, your ethics, your dignity, your time, sometimes even your peace. I've seen 2 extremes in young people. One group grows up with scarcity and becomes afraid of money, hoarding it, panicking about spending, never investing in themselves. The other group also grows up with scarcity, but when they finally earn money, they spend it to heal emotional pain, buying things to prove they're not less than anyone else. Both are emotional reactions, not financial thinking. Wealthy families do something different. They don't make money a taboo subject. They talk about it in a calm, normal way. Their kids see how money is earned, how it's protected, how it grows, and what happens when it's wasted. Money isn't mysterious. It's a tool you learn to use. Think about it. Many families never talk to their kids about money. Parents say, "Don't ask," or "You're too young to understand." Then the kid becomes an adult holding a credit card, student loans, financial pressure, without understanding the rules of the game. And when you don't understand the rules, you lose. Lesson number 2. Income comes from creating value, not just working hours. I'm not saying a job is bad. A job can be a great starting point. But if your only way to earn is trading time for money, your income will always have a ceiling. Most people were taught the traditional model: study hard, get a stable job, work 8 hours, get paid, repeat. That model isn't evil, but if it's your only model, it limits you. Families that build lasting wealth teach a different question. Not, how do I work more hours, but, how do I create more value? When their kids ask for money, they don't instantly hand it over. They ask, what value can you create to earn it? What problem can you solve? What service can you offer? Those questions teach a child to notice needs, understand markets, and think like a problem solver. And that's the foundation of wealth, because in the real world, money flows toward the people who solve problems the best. High earners don't just work hard. They create results. They build rare skills. They build systems. They build credibility. They produce something valuable enough that people are willing to pay for it. Once you understand this, you stop asking, how do I get a higher salary, in desperation. You start asking, how do I become a higher value person? And that question changes your life. Lesson number 3. Assets make you richer. Liabilities make you poorer. A lot of people think they understand this, but most still confuse it. They call everything they buy an asset. They say, my car is an asset. My house is an asset. But the truth is simple. If it puts money into your pocket consistently, it's an asset. If it pulls money out of your pocket consistently, it's a liability, no matter how nice it looks. A home you live in can be meaningful. It can provide safety and stability. But if it drains cash every month through payments, repairs, and costs, and doesn't produce income, then it's not an income-producing asset. It's a major expense. A car you drive gives you convenience, but it depreciates and requires insurance, maintenance, and fuel. Families with lasting wealth teach their kids to look at cash flow. They don't teach, buy expensive things to prove status. They teach, buy things that create cash flow. They teach their kids to ask, does this purchase bring me closer to financial freedom, or farther away? That's the difference. They turn everyday spending into real financial training. Lesson number 4. Delayed gratification is a wealth superpower. This is the skill that separates buy now people from build slowly people. It separates emotional spending from disciplined planning. If a child wants something expensive and you buy it instantly, you teach that child their emotions are commands. If I want it, I get it. That becomes a lifelong habit. Later, they'll do the same with a paycheck, then with a credit card, then with loans, and debt becomes the rope around their neck. Families with lasting wealth teach waiting. Waiting to think, waiting to save, waiting to decide, not because they want their kids to suffer, but because that waiting period is the test. Most cravings are temporary. Give it a few days, and you don't even want it anymore. And in that process, you save money and build self-control. This matters in investing too. People who can't delay gratification chase quick gains. They get pulled into hype. They panic when markets move. People with discipline stay patient and play the long game. Lesson number 5. Compound growth is quiet, but powerful. Most people learn about compounding too late. They start in their 30s or 40s. It's still possible, but they missed the greatest gift compounding offers: time. Families with lasting wealth teach this early. Not with complicated formulas, just simple examples. A small amount invested consistently over a long time becomes a large amount. The magic is that money begins to generate money. And then that new money generates even more. It's like a snowball, small at first, but it grows as it rolls. Most people quit because it looks small in year 1. But compounding isn't impressive early. It becomes shocking in year 10 and year 20. Wealthy families understand this, and they train their kids to stay consistent with the right habits. Lesson number 6. Financial freedom matters more than looking rich. This hits people's ego, but it's the truth. Some people earn good money and still live stressed out. Nice house, nice car, expensive brands, yet their bank account is empty and their mind is anxious. Families with lasting wealth teach something brutal but real. People don't care as much as you think they do. They see your highlights for a few seconds online, but you live with the pressure every day. Nobody pays your bills for you. Nobody carries your stress. Nobody raises your kids for you. Lasting wealth families often live quietly. Not because they're cheap, because they understand every dollar spent to look rich is a dollar that could have bought freedom. They teach living below your means. They teach not chasing approval. They teach building a foundation first. Lesson number 7. Never rely on a single income stream. One income stream is like standing on one leg. If it gets injured, you fall. If layoffs happen, you panic. If your industry shifts, you struggle. If your health changes, your income disappears. Families with lasting wealth teach diversification. Maybe it's a primary job plus a skill-based side income. Maybe it's a business plus investments. Maybe it's dividends, rental income, royalties, depending on your situation. The point isn't to do everything. The point is to understand the principle. Your life shouldn't depend on one paycheck. Lesson number 8. The goal isn't to work until you burn out. The goal is to make your money work for you. Many people were taught, work harder, work longer, sacrifice more. I respect hard work, but hard work without strategy is like running on a treadmill. You sweat a lot, but you stay in the same place. Families with lasting wealth teach building assets. Assets can be skills that raise your earning power, a business that runs on systems, investments that grow over time, anything that builds value and creates income without requiring your constant effort. When your assets become large enough, you gain choices. You can work because you want to, not because you have to. That's freedom. Lesson number 9. Avoid reckless risk, but don't avoid all risk. Many families teach their kids, don't try, don't fail, don't take chances. That creates adults who are afraid to start. Lasting wealth families teach smart risk. They teach kids to ask, what's the downside? What's the probability? What's the worst case loss? Can I survive it? Do I have a plan? Do I understand what I'm doing? They teach margin of safety. Never bet your survival money. Never follow rumors. Never chase miracles. Wealthy families don't stay wealthy by gambling. They stay wealthy by managing risk like a religion. Lesson number 10. Money comes with responsibility. This part matters more than people think. If you teach a child money is only for pleasure, they can become a pleasure-driven adult. But if you teach that money is a tool to create value and contribute, they develop purpose. This doesn't mean everyone needs to donate huge amounts. It's a mindset. Gratitude and responsibility keep people grounded. They reduce entitlement. They reduce waste. And when you give wisely, you shift out of a scarcity mindset into an abundance mindset, which helps you make calmer, better decisions over time. Now pause for a moment and ask yourself, which of these 10 lessons were you never taught? Which one hit you and made you think, that's true, but I'm not doing it? You don't need to apply all 10 today, but you do need to start. Because money is a habit game, and habits are built through repetition. So here's how you turn this into action this week, simple and practical. Start talking about money normally. If you have kids, don't make money taboo. You don't have to share every detail, but you can explain decisions. When you buy something, say, is this necessary? Does it create value? Is it for our future, or for showing off? Teaching the questions is more powerful than giving answers. Practice seeing money as a tool. Every time money comes in, ask, where should this go to make my future stronger? Into a liability, or into an asset? Into a moment, or into freedom? Focus on creating value. If you're employed, build a skill that produces bigger results. Bigger results lead to bigger income. If you're in business, solve your customers' problem better than competitors. Money always follows value. Train delayed gratification. Here's a simple rule. If you want something non-essential, wait 72 hours. If you still want it after 72 hours, review your budget and decide calmly. Most cravings disappear, and you'll be shocked how much money you keep. Start compounding with small amounts. Don't wait until you're rich enough to invest. Most people never start because they're waiting for enough. Start small, stay consistent, and prioritize safety and understanding. If you don't understand something, learn first. If you're not sure, move slowly. Slow and steady beats fast and broken. Stop trying to prove you're okay. You don't need to look wealthy. You need to be stable. Reduce spending that exists only for other people's opinions. Increase spending on health, skills, and assets. Create a second stream of income. You don't have to quit your job. Just open a door, freelance, teach a skill, sell a simple product, build content with integrity. One small stream today can become a meaningful stream later. Move from work more to build systems. Ask yourself, what can I do once and benefit from multiple times? What can I build that keeps producing value? That shift will reduce burnout and increase progress. Learn risk management. Before any financial decision, ask 3 questions. Do I understand it? What's the worst case? Do I have a margin of safety? Those 3 questions alone can save you from life-changing mistakes. And finally, keep a strong moral anchor. You don't have to be perfect, but you do need principles. Money earned by manipulating others rarely lasts. Money earned by creating value, respecting customers, respecting partners, and respecting the law tends to go far. Here's the real core of everything I said. The difference between people who build lasting wealth and people who struggle isn't how much money they have today. It's the beliefs and habits they repeat daily. Struggling people often use money to treat emotions. Wealthy people use money to build the future. Struggling people follow feelings. Wealthy people follow principles. And the best part is, you don't have to be born into a wealthy family to learn any of this. You're hearing it right now. You can start with you. You can be the person who changes your family's trajectory. You can be the first one who turns income into assets. The first one who chooses freedom over ego. The first one who teaches the next generation to win the money game. Some people will say, that's easy to say, hard to do. True, but you know what's harder? 10 more years of repeating the same money mistakes. 10 more years of stress. 10 more years of debt pressure. 10 more years of wondering why you work so hard and still feel stuck. Let me leave you with a simple picture to remember. Lasting wealth families teach their kids money is like water. If you just scoop water and drink it, it's gone. But if you learn to guide it, filter it, store it, and use it to grow a garden, then the garden produces fruit. And the fruit produces seeds. And you build abundance. Money works the same way. Not everyone holding water builds a garden. The people with gardens understand systems. If this video helped you, hit like to support the channel and share it with someone who needs it. Subscribe to Quiet Wealth and turn on notifications so you don't miss what's next. I'll keep sharing practical wealth mindset, risk management, skill building, and how to build assets over time, safely and sustainably. I genuinely wish you more clarity, more discipline, and steady progress toward financial freedom. And if you take even 1 or 2 ideas from today and practice them seriously, and your life gets just a little better, then this video did its job.